All right, folks, this is Hierophant's place. Rovern founders, and dude, this looks like kind of an airship dock of sorts. Oh, dude. Oh, that's wild. This looks crazy. So here we have a long ship type. It was funny because just earlier we were looking at a place that was like a straight up spaceship. In this case, though, we have something that feels like a little bit more grounded on the tech, but yeah, we have this like really crazy Zeppelin sort of build. So let's try to land and take a look at, okay, we have a bunch of market tents that are making up the entire blimp piece of things. Of course, the house, top of the house is what helps to frame the top of the ship. And then we have like all these other little things to break down. So the bottom of it, you can kind of see the shaping there a little bit. That's a whole greenhouse. The bottom is another tent setup. Oh yeah, really cool, really good work with utilizing different kinds of decor to improvise on the shaping of things. Really smart. Because sometimes I'll see things like just platforms, like here, there's a platform there. But sometimes people will use like just platforms, and so you get like a good solid shape, but it doesn't have like the additional texture, so it doesn't feel like it's filled out or colored. Here is a really good go at it, because you have like this metal trim right up top. The market bins are right down there again to have that shape, and then you have those tents plus the not gazebo plus the greenhouse to round it out. Yeah, really good work. Then here on the top of the deck, nice and thin. You know, they kept it like really tight here. Place to sit, snack, do some captain-y things and all that before we get out to adventure. I'm going to take a look at the back though, see if there's anything that was missed in the rear. Actually, I don't know the ship terms, but you know, back of the ship. And we got our little rocket booster sort of dealy. Rocket booster, propeller work right down there too. And that's it. You know, it's a good way to like round it out. Yeah. Nice work. Nice work on like a low tech looking ship. Cool stuff. As soon as we come in, you know, we're invited to lay down our stuff, change our lighting settings, of course, make sure everything's smooth and to our satisfaction. And here, bathroom, right? Bathroom. There you go. Because sometimes you come home, it's like one of the first things you want to do, like, oh, dude, I've been holding it in because I don't want to go doo-doo in the mall or something like that. So, of course, you're going to come right in and do your business. The seating is immaculate. No edits needed. Because no edits were done with the chair. Simple chair, yeah. But as soon as we come in here, you know, kind of a welcoming spot to lay our stuff down. This feels like more of an altar. Or no, guest book. There we go. You know, guest book to fill out, say what's up. Hey, Soul was here. And then as we cross through, notice how the trim has been like modified a little bit. You know, they added the trellis here. And then we have some really cool layout work. Ooh, check this out. Foundations and pillars are set up to like draw the roof here, walls as well. So we're in like some sort of a stairwell room, but it's been very close off. It feels really tight and cozy in here. Cozy enough that we just chill, vibe, and have some eats. Oh, plenty of drinks over on this side too. Yo, it's like, oh, there we are invited to have like our fill. Nice. Beers, wines, hard liquors, and all the good stuff. Right in the center, we have this very lovely setup with the brazier, plus greens, plus elven tables to round things out. Tables here to avoid the clip, which is kind of funny because it goes into the pillars, but hey, you choose your errors, right? Which is the cleanest way to go about it. And up here, we have this lovely piano setup. Very clean. You know, they notice how we have like the purposeful clips right down here with the two beams that come together in the mid. And then we have like it kind of sucks. We have like this low res table as the backboard, but it also like has just like the perfect texturing too. So it's hard to not want to work with that, and it's dressed very nicely. You know, the lighting helps to kind of bring that out, but it also brings out some of the lower textures because this thing looks pretty big too. It's kind of the price we pay, and hopefully they'll come out with like some other like cooler textures that we can use. That'd be sick. But yeah, love the roof work though. That looks really good. Very clean. We have this grand fireplace. No one, you know, we don't really get to sit here. We just have like this spot here. So it's kind of like this ambient thing. But otherwise, if I want to go here, chill, vibe, have some smoke, can definitely do that. All right, I didn't see anything that led me upstairs from here, but we are invited to go to the right or to the left over there. But no towers so far. So I'm kind of curious. Now this is a cool shot. Love, like, just look at how the light is just like, wow, it's just like screaming out of here. It's like the Burning Legion is trying to invade or something like that. But yeah, huge light source right here. So we have like a fantastic shot of all this right here. Very pretty. We have a hand washing sort of thing. I know some people use this as like a urinal or whatnot, but you know, feels very appropriate for what is like kind of a not exactly a chapel, but it's definitely a spot for paladins, priests, and what have you. And again, like just check out like how many, I don't know how many lights are going here. I feel like there's multiples going here. I think there's like both the artificial sun and the paladin dome that's coming down on this. But yeah, you have this very, very bright effect. But and then of course you have like some lights coming in as well to brighten up the spot even more. Very cool. Very, very cool shot. Let's backtrack some, because now I think we have no choice but to go that way, unless there's like the secret somewhere. But it does not appear so. I'm wondering where this tower is at, though. Never mind. I found it. Okay. so we enter the first stairwell. How high does this go? This goes, oh, not that high. Okay. But yo, I'm getting strong vibes from the initial presentation of WoW housing from this spot. I mean, it's not going to be a one-to-one, but definitely those vibes. You know, this is like one of the initial shots that got folks like me going, whoa, dude, this is how housing's going to look. Damn. Because we have this whole rounded out spot, whole rounded library. You know, and check out how it's separated. We have pillars to help draw stuff, to, you know, to make sure that we don't need to go too crazy with the books and all that. But we'll get to that in just a second. Let's check out like how busy this spot is here, because I love this spread. This looks great. Loving it. The clutter is like, immaculate. You know, here I am, the bookworm, doing my thing, letting AI do its work while the auto reader also gives me some assistance, right? Yeah, books are laid down. They're just flying all over the place. And then right through here, which is kind of cool, we have this whole tailoring station, which I find very neat. You know, rolls of thread or what have you, however you want to, you know, interpret that. We're doing our work here. Yeah, great work on that. Very cool use of these rug rolls. We see them used for all sorts of things, but now we're seeing them used as rugs, you know, as actual rug rolls or threads or whatnot. All right, so again, this is a stairwell room, so you know, no secret passages really, unless there are things that are just kind of carved out. But we are invited for like a full feast while we're down here, and we're working because, yo, you're going to be in this library for a while. Tons to read. Who cares about things that clip into the stairs? No time for that. We're too busy having a visual feast. Now I do like this. This feels quite tasteful. They added some wall shelves there to suspend these mini shelves so they can fit some window work here. pan around. We'll take a look at how this climb goes. Yeah, so they enhanced the climb a little bit, or they added a little bit to it by having these pillars here. You know, pillars here, and then it links to the center pillar, so that it all makes sense. Very good attention to detail here. So we get to the top here. We'll pan around a little bit more because, again, there's just a lot to see here. Books are filled out. Work is being done. Experiments. Clutter. Love it. Love it. You know, and it extends all the way up to the ceiling. And again, we have like this beam work here. Beams, pillars, and so on to help round out the rest of the ceiling so it doesn't feel like we need to like add too much. I mean, there are some greens here, you know, to add like little splashes of color here and there. But otherwise, yeah, very pretty. This is a fantastic library. But now we're going up higher. So we're climbing beams and beams and beams because this looks like another kind of stairwell room. We got some Xaltat action going there, but then what's going on here first? So this happens, so remember, we are in another stairwell room. There is nothing under us, or there might be something under us. But we're climbing, and we continue to see, you know, this pattern of work with the beams to help support everything, because, you know, if this is going to be a really big tower, we are definitely going to see more. Actually, did I see something under this? No. I was almost wondering if I'm going to like fall through or anything. And so far, no. But we are invited to explore more on this floor too. So there's like that spot, but let's check the other side here first. So again, nice filled out spot full of paintings. Other pretty stuff. Yeah, here's a spot to like study the Naru. Plus, you know, having the old god, having the Zoth thing there, kind of sus. Yeah, so I'm going to peek here for just a bit. I'm not sure if this is a dead end or not. This might be. Because we have this, oh, pretty. Wow, okay, this is dope. Check it out. So we're in this circular style room. Yeah, you can see it from the walls here, but yo, check out the trellis work on this spot. Ooh, that's pretty. So everything kind of meets here in the middle. We have the dark heart acting as this, you know, centerpiece or chandelier of sorts. But yeah, the way this all dances together, the dyed gems at the top of the trellis, very, very pretty. Makes for a really, really cool spread. Candles here on the side, incense and all that stuff. And here's where we kneel down and pray for her to finally answer our email. Like, yo, we've been reaching out. I've been sending tweets. I've been adding you every chance I get. You know, I've been making, you know, TikTok videos. I got like 7 views. You know, waiting for you, girl. Please answer me. I'm totally not projecting. So, yeah, really pretty. Dude, this roof. Oh, so good. Really good. Yeah. Hell of a pattern. Hell of a pattern. Yeah, I have not taken... I got to do this again. I got to revisit some other places we were just at and take some screenshots. Oh, check it out. I just noticed this. One up here, one down there. Creates this window. Boom, there's the moon. Simple. Nice and simple. Clean setup, too. And just pretty. Yeah. And I think is that some yellow light that's coming down? Yeah, I think they have some beams coming down. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. They are blue lights coming down. A shame that it's hard to see with this sort of setup. But if you happen to be here and you happen to notice, very cool. I love the beams for the roof. Yeah, dude, these beams are sick. It was like that. I don't know if you're here for earlier in the visit, Custodian, but yeah, they were doing the same kind of pattern as you go down. And apparently this is going to be a tower we'll keep climbing. So we're going to see more examples of how they set this up. Yeah, great way of filling up space though. Okay, so now we're from this room once again. So we did a climb here, same thing. We're doing the boop, boop, and then we get to the upper floor in this wing. Got some warrior branding to our right, actual weapons to our left. We have a novelty dark heart. As if the first one wasn't enough, they had another one. They just wanted to put it out on display to flex and all that. We cross through into this room, which is suspiciously using a different floor. Actually, no, I can see it. I can see it. We're outside. So somehow we're outside, and back there is, we'll look at that later. Let's feign surprise here, because oh dude. Now this is crazy because we are in a skybox room. Wow. Oh boy. Okay, so once again, we're in for a climb. Big old spiral staircase is ahead of us. This is pretty narrow, so there's area outside to eventually explore, and so we'll see how that all comes together when we get to it. So here's the bottom floor of this. Okay, not even the bottom floor. Here's this bottom floor of the stairwell room. What do we have? Bar stuff, snacks. You know, a place to get our energy for when we start this crazy climb. All right, so we'll go up the spiral. Know how much, know all the drapery that's around here. So we climb up. So we need to kind of like step off here. And then we get the first view of the outside spot. Oh, that's sick. Very, very good. So the ambience is definitely hitting us. Up on this spot, ooh. So very much kind of a lived-in area over on this spot. Full kitchen area, places to, you know, we could all sit down, have a grand meal, have ourselves some coffee. Oh, very tasteful. Oh, I like this. This is good. Drawers that just come out. I like that. Simple. Very effective. Same thing happening here with that bar shelf. We're cooking. We have our pantry and everything. See, I love it because like even like, you know, with crazy visits and whatnot, sometimes we'll see things that's like, whoa, hold the phone. I could pick something like this up because this is like such a simple thing that again feels very effective. Yeah, really fun whenever we make these kinds of discoveries. Imagine the things that we pass by too. But yeah, very lived-in floor of sorts. At the same time, dude, really unsafe. You know, anytime you and your buddy might have like some sort of disagreement, kunk, you know, into the Arkham door. That's rough. That is rough. And there's still space for a bathroom in here. Remember, we're in a skybox room right now. And yeah, there's plenty of room outside to squeeze in a bathroom, plus tub and everything. Whew, boy. This is some amazing work. Now let's go around, past the relaxy spot, past the smokes, and then we resume our climb. So note here, like how tight this ends up being. You know, I don't know if larger models might get stuck here. Sometimes that's a concern, but in this case, works out just fine. They thought it all through. So here we go up, we go up another set, and notice how we have like this even pattern, boom, boom, below. So fantastic work on that. And remember, they can go up as high or as low as they want. So like we're not being really restricted at this point. You know, we're in the skybox room. They can make low roofs if they wanted to. Here, they feel like as high as we've been seeing them in WoW housing. But let's take a look around here. And this sort of floor, you know, less on the eating, more on the relaxing, vibing, quiet moments. You know, so here's an opportunity for us to just kind of like go out here for a quick smoke. We wanted to do that. Just kind of enjoy the views from outside. Can't really see much here, but I'm going to be very curious to see when we get to the bottom floor. We'll go out that secret passage and see what's on the, you know, what's in the bottom area, if anything. Yeah, let's go pan around here. We have more views on the outside. We have these treasure chests being used as like kind of like pillar work. And then here we do like some private work, jewel crafting stuff, writing things, love letters, poems because they're depressed, something like that. So panning back around. Oh, check it out. Oh, that thing was dripping. Oh, and we're going, yeah, and we're still going higher. Because notice how here it's like closed off with the priest order hall map. But then there's more to go. Okay, there's only so much higher we can go. The skybox room does not go on forever. Or does it? So we climb up again. And then up top, oh, buddy. Damn. So now we reach the observatory. One big greenhouse, embiggened to the max. And here we are at the top. Oh, man. What a awesome bedroom. So here we go. Us and all the Miss Murgles and the Snuffles and the Reptar. We hang here. Here's like the view. Oh, what a place to live in. Right? Just give me this floor and I'll DoorDash everything up. Yeah, crazy spot. Wow. So yeah, we're pretty much as high up as we can go. Like the roof is just right above us. It's super encroaching. And then we kind of have a view of the tower, but not really. Yeah, it's not a great view, but yeah, dude, oh, that's so cool. Very, very cool. And then we have our nice little spread of clutter, our control, our lighting control sort of guy. We got treasures. We've got foods. Yeah, see, we can bring food up. You need to sleep after climbing all this. See, you get a full workout. So all we're missing is like, a little bath or something like that to shower, just something to wipe us off. Wipe off all the sweat. All right, so now we got to climb down. Because I think we've seen everything otherwise. Except for what is behind that door. So we haven't seen the bottom of the stairwell room, but we'll mosey our way down. There was the bathroom over there. Just kind of reminded myself. And then here is the bottom of the stairwell. Oh, I'm sorry, the bottom of the skybox. And back around, and then here is where we can just kind of see the bottom. So this looks more like we're beyond the fourth wall. We are just kind of seeing, okay, here's where the boss, they're building, they're doing stuff around here, but maybe there's an Easter egg. Like suddenly a toilet. Nope. Nothing of that sort. Wow. Fantastic place. Fantastic. Great use of all the space. Love the presentation. It's definitely a tower. This was definitely a tower. Oh, yeah, thanks for letting us come by.